Alright, doing a 5-minute video on something that I discussed with somebody at the gym today. He was asking me what he can do to put on size. He said he'd been stuck at it. You know, amongst other things, I asked him what was he doing in the gym, and he basically asked. He basically told me that he keeps his reps between 8 and 10 reps, and that's it. Now, a little bit on that is that I was always following programs out of Powerlifting USA, which were great. You know, they had the percentage set out, you know, the sets and reps do every week all the way until the 2 weeks out from a meet. You would follow it, and I follow it, and I have a ton of them. Like I said, I followed those completely. I mean, if it said 3 sets 10, that's what I did, 3 sets 10. I've done the 5x5, and I've done the GVT, and like I said, I follow it completely to the letter. The one problem with that is that your intensity is limited. Okay, so say on a good day you beast out, 12 reps, then you go up, and then it kind of allows. Actually, let me take that. It allows intensity to be downplayed at any time. So you're not necessarily pushing yourself hard enough. You're not exactly pushing yourself to the point to where you can excite muscle growth and muscular strength. And what I told him probably blew his mind from the look on his face. Because he told me that he watches all the big guys in the gym, which means he was probably watching me and Josh the entire time when we were in there. So, amongst other things, and I understand why he did that, because that's what I did too when I first started. I looked at what all the big guys were doing, and it was confusing, just like it was for him. So I explained these two things to him. First thing is that you always go up in weight. Okay, it doesn't have to be something crazy like 135, 225. It doesn't have to be something crazy like that. It could be 135, 145, and so forth. Depends on what number of reps you're going for. Okay, you as long as you push the weight always, you're going to continually to force your body to grow further. The second thing is increase reps. Now, you can keep the weight the same. So say you're not feeling it and you want to do 225. Okay, so start with a set of 10, and then go a set of 20, and then go a set of 30. Trust me, it's a big difference once you start realizing how much harder it gets from one set to the next. Your body's not ready for it. Your body's never going to be ready for that. And, no matter how often you do it, if you do it once every 2 or 3 weeks, no matter how often you do it, your body's not going to adapt to it. So I always told him, if the weight stays the same, you could bump the reps up every set. Now, I'm not saying, like I was talking about, you can do 8, 10, and 12. Trust me, any amount of change you do from one set to the next, your body's going to be in shock for. The third thing is that you want to overshoot. This is not including what I just told you in the second thing. The third thing is that you want to overshoot whatever reps you're working with. So it eliminates the rep range. Okay, so say if you're doing 8 to 12, obviously you want to basically start with 12. All right, so every set, your goal is to minimum get 12, but you're expected to do more than 12 every set. So one set you might get 15, the next set you might get 13, and then the last set you barely get 12. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, you're pushing yourself past a certain point. So sometimes people don't get any any intensity out of their workouts because they're not pushing themselves hard enough. Now, I'm not saying you need somebody there to slap you in the face, to talk shit. That's what I do. But I'm not saying you need all that, but I'm giving you ways to be able to push yourself further and harder as much as you need to every session. Trust me, you do this for one session, it's going to be like, wow, why have I not done this? What I just discussed is something that a lot of powerlifters and bodybuilders used back in the 70s and 80s that I'm a big fan of. We don't use it now. It still works, so I'm kind of just blown away about how it's not being used now. So, give those 3 things a shot, okay? You'd be surprised at what you're going to get out of it, okay? Well, 5 minutes. Knock this one out. Talk to you later.